Hey everyone, it's crazy in the background and I've got kids that aren't mine there, so let's move over. Hey everybody, it's a week of meals that I've decided to film. I have my little reminder to make sure that it happens. Okay, but even with that reminder, I did not film breakfast. As you can see, it's been a crazy time. Whoops! That works. Use this, rub it on that. What was I saying? Meals, it's been crazy. It always is crazy, let's just be real. Okay, meals this week. I completely forgot to get breakfast film. I didn't forget, I just was like, I never got the camera picked up. But we had a freezer meal of muffins. So muffins and whatever else they ended up doing. I think some green apples were eaten and things like that. So that was breakfast. For lunch, we pretty much are doing like this grilled cheese sandwich. See, this is why I said don't.
Those are Brats.
So I said don't stack it. So we're having grilled cheese. This is with wheat bread. But the other thing that we're having is, these are like Brat hamburgers.
Those are Brats?
Brat hamburgers. And that was, it's in the freezer and I picked it up for like $1.50. And so some are cooking with that. And I ate some leftover salad. So it's just kind of a hodgepodge. It's a kind of a hodgepodge. And then I'm about ready to film, and you'll have seen this, I believe, the freezer cooking. It's more like a meal prep for the week. More like what our tribe family, something like that. Kind of what they do. A lot of the freezer meals that I've made I'm getting low on those, so I'm going to make a few, but a lot of this is just meal prep for this week. So if I'm going to make one, I'll make two and I'll put one in the freezer. There's been a couple freezer meals that are really good and I'll keep that going, and then there's a couple that were just like, this didn't turn out really good. And one of those is the enchiladas or lasagna that uses corn tortillas. It just ends up being a mush. So I probably won't do those as freezer meals anymore, but some of the other ones that I have made that have turned out really good, you'll see in this video. This is what it is. This is my life, y'all. If I've ate them for the freezer before and they turned out okay, then I will let you know. That's the kind of thing about freezer meals. You really want ones that have withstood the test of time. But that's all for that video, not for this video. So we'll talk about that later. Anyway, that's what we've had for breakfast or lunch today. A little bit. Julia Pancakes, pork, salsa verde tacos, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole. One happy daughter. This is what's for dinner. This is Mexican lasagna that I had put in the freezer. And this does not freeze completely well, because between this is layers of corn tortillas, and it's more like enchilada stew now. Tastes pretty good, but no, doesn't hold its casserole-ness very well. And then we're just serving it with some broccoli, and that's what's for dinner. So this is our lunch for today, Wednesday. It is the potatoes. I did not have enough to make potato soup, so I just diced what I had. Added the two, what are these, like bratwurst patties that I had cooked up earlier this week. That was in the like meal plan or meal prep with me video. So I cut up the rest of them and put them in here. So this is my fourth bowl. It looks like there's enough for 5 bowls. My husband and I, as he's home today studying, my husband and I are actually going to heat up last night's dinner for our lunch, just because there's not enough here. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for lunch today. Hey everyone, so yesterday for lunch, it was kind of a help yourself I was in the middle of a project helping a friend out, and we were sewing all afternoon. But this was dinner. This is the taco casserole that we prepared, and so that's what we had for dinner. Because after I finished that project, I went to bed with a migraine. So it was kind of whatever you guys can do. The taco casserole's in the fridge. Heat it up, have at it. So there was no greens. There was some sweet potatoes. My one son made some sweet potatoes to go with this taco casserole. And that's what we had for dinner. So for breakfast today, we're having day 2 of this granola cereal from Aldi. And I'm going with easy, convenient, and that's what we're having for breakfast. So I'm wrapping up this week of meals, and I realize that Saturday and Sunday I don't have any footage for you. So let's kind of just briefly talk about the last 2 days. Saturday, my husband was scheduled to work, and I had a place to be that I didn't know was going to be the Saturday my husband needed to work. So the babysitter fed them whatever was in the fridge for lunch. For breakfast that day, we had the breakfast casserole that we had done as a freezer meal a little far back ago. So had that, and then dinner we actually went to our local fire station, and they had a soup and sandwich kind of fundraiser type thing, and so we went and supported our local volunteer fire station. Then yesterday, Sunday, for breakfast is whatever you can muster up before we have to go out the door. I'm not really in charge of that. There's bars available, granola, yogurts. It's just grab what you can, go. And I just kind of make sure that the younger 3 have something that they can eat. And I grab a coffee. I just jump in the car. For lunch, we had leftovers. We have a ton of leftovers right now, so I kind of want those to be used up before they go bad. And then for dinner, we had a lovely family over from church, and she made a whole crock pot of chili for all of us. Like, bless that woman. And that's what we had for dinner. Made some corn muffins to go with it. They weren't that great. If you guys have a really good corn muffin recipe, I'm all ears, because a lot of them use way more baking powder than I think is nasty. It just makes it nasty. So I was always taught one teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda, to 1 cup of flour, depending on what you were making. And these are using double that. So, and then you taste it. Okay, I understand. The corn muffins need something a little different, but then you taste it. It's nasty. So anyway, that's what we had the last 2 days. No footage, unfortunately, but there you have it. And I need to make a menu for this week, and I will show you what we're having this week coming up. See you later. Okay, good morning. This Monday morning to you. We are having some eggs for breakfast.